Thanks, Reggie.
We're meeting Carla now, who is so fed up with motherhood that she wrote to us saying that she was afraid that if she had a gun in her house, she'd shoot herself to get away from her youngest son. Is that bad for you sometimes?
Oh, terrible. Nobody has any idea, except maybe my husband. He's 6 years old, going on 46. When we try to discipline him, he tells us he hates us. If we try to use physical punishment, which we don't use very often, but sometimes we're at the end of the rope where we feel that's the only way that we can, get him to understand that we really mean business. We'll swat him on the behind and he'll hit us back. He will tell us to shut up when we tell him something. He just overwhelms me to the point where I left 3 children before.
And you had problems with those children?
No, I really didn't have problems with the children. The reason I left my 3 boys was I was 17 when I got married. I was 18 when I had my first. I was 26 by the time I had the last 3 boys. I felt I didn't have a life before them. I went right from being a teenager in high school to a mother.
So you left them? Where?
I gave them custody to their father.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very painful. But I felt if I didn't do that at that time, all the anger I had would be directed at them. And I felt that they had been through enough with me leaving them without having to deal with my anger.
Did they understand your leaving?
I don't know. They're in the audience. You'd have to ask them. That's what I'd like to know.
Did you understand her leaving you boys? You did understand. It was okay that your mom left?
The part I don't understand is I don't think it was right how she left, and I kind of got the responsibility. If you ever seen Mr. Mom, here I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to take care of my brother who was a year old. I was the one changing him. I had to make him suffer. And I don't have any grudge against my mother. I mean, there's positive and negative side. The positive side would be that I've grown up real fast.
Yeah.
I'll never have any kids because I'm done raising kids. I raised my brother here and my youngest brother, so I don't know, I guess.
And you have no resentment towards your mother that you were left with that responsibility at what age?
I was 9.
So you don't have bitter anger?
No, not really. I understand her. I've always kept in good contact with her, and...
So you said that was just the hand that was dealt you, and that's what you did?
I had to deal with it, so...
Yeah, go ahead.
He's been great. I don't know what I would have done if he hadn't been there to take care of the other 2. Because their father turned out to be an alcoholic and lived with 3 different women. They've been in trouble with the law a lot. Of course, when they're in trouble with the law, mother comes to their rescue, but I wasn't there for them when they were smaller. And
so now you have a 6-year-old that's terrorizing your home, and here is your chance to get it right.
I'm hoping I can do that. There are days that I feel like leaving him.
But you left them.
I know, that's why I won't leave them. I want to make this right. I don't want to make the same mistake.
Okay, but isn't it true, Bonnie, that if a 6-year-old is slapping you back, that it is because there is something that you are doing, that you are not parenting in such a way that that child knows the boundaries in that home?
Yeah. Well, I was, of course, with Nick and Carlos. I was watching the interaction, and he is quite an intelligent child, and he's very angry. He's a very angry child.
Nick is a 6-year-old.
He's 6.
Yes.
And one of the things that I see that you do, Carla, you see, I believe that Carla is a good mother. However, she gets overwhelmed with the way she mothers, because I'm watching her mother, Nick, and she doesn't leave him alone. She is constantly saying, don't touch that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. You go crazy watching every step he takes, and then he goes crazy feeling like he's in a mother prison, and then he pushes back against her. So one of her problems is she either over-mothers, she gets exhausted, she almost gets burned out, and then she has to leave. And I bet, I don't know if you remember that, but I bet that was going on when you were little. That she was always on top of you until one day she said, I've had it. Remember? You might not remember that because you left when you were 9.
Yeah,
but I'm watching her now, and she doesn't stop. She's on duty 25 hours a day with this child, and it really is too much.
I think it's because the reason I do that is because I left he's going to be in trouble or he's going to do something that I won't be able to handle.
Right.
And
well, see, this show, in addition to doing a lot of other things here today, revealing a lot of other things, speaks to the skills that it takes to mother, and that everybody who bears children, it's an art form. That just because you bear children and that little sperm hits that egg, you don't automatically come into the world. You're not equipped to know what to do. And so in both these cases, Mary didn't know what to do and was overwhelmed, and you don't know what to do and overwhelmed. When we come back, some advice for overwhelmed moms.